to another TikTok Tuesday. I know that it has been a couple weeks since I posted. It has been kind of a busy July with the holidays and with weddings. I haven't had a whole lot of time to record. Today's TikTok comes from Mike Scribner369, who may have an understanding of scale, but definitely does not have an understanding of perspective. Now, I apologize, the video's audio is a little bit off. That's not my fault, that's TikTok's fault. Even on his profile, it does get a little muddy there at the end. I've tried to correct that as much as possible, but near the end, the sound does go out of sync quite a bit with his video. But let's get into the video.
Alright guys, I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory, but we got some knuckleheads. If you look here, look at how much of the United States is covering the globe right here. So you guys are telling me that all of this is on the back side of the globe?
Now, first off, your little circle is a little too small, but here I fixed it for you.
We just can't see it? Size, dude. You don't get scale. Yeah, I get scale, dude, and there are ways to check the scale.
What he's getting at here is that North America is much too big for this picture of the globe, claiming that the rest of the continents and everything is on the reverse side of the globe and that North America is taking up half of the globe. So let's look at why he is wrong. Imagine if you were standing in front of a giant circular building, and that building was broken into 20 sections of different colors. If you were further away from that building, you would probably be able to see 9, maybe all 10 of those sections. But as you get closer and closer to that building, you're going to see less of those sections because your perspective is being blocked by the building that is closer to you. The same thing happens to the Earth. The picture that he is showing is from a satellite that is fairly close to Earth.
You can see here that we can actually measure these things, okay, in real time. We can go from this peninsula, this coast to this coast, and we can measure that that's 934 miles. Well, obviously using NASA math, globe math, we know that in this picture, the Earth from edge to edge should be 7,917 miles. We should be able to fit 8.5 segments in between this spot right here. We can barely fit one.
I don't know what he thinks that he's measuring in real time. Both of these pictures are pictures that have been taken in the past, so there's no real time about these measurements. But what he's doing is essentially correct. He's taken the North American continent and he's measured it out. We know that distance, and he's taken that distance and he's applied it to the rest of the picture, making a scale for this picture. The problem is that the picture is being taken really close to the object, and so a lot of the curvature is being blocked by the close part of the Earth, just like the giant building from before. Now I'm going to prove this by using this globe that I got from Hobby Lobby. I don't know who made the decision to make this globe spin on the wrong axis, but here it is. It serves our purpose for today. Maybe one day I will get a bigger globe that actually is scientifically correct and not spinning head over heels. Here's a screenshot from later on in his video, both showing the North American continent, both from space. The one that shows a much smaller North American continent is taken from much further away, therefore it can get more of the globe in its shot. The one with the North American continent that is much bigger is taken from lots closer up, and a lot of the surrounding globe is being covered by the close part that you can see. And I will show that in this small globe that I have. In this first shot, I've put the camera as close as I could to the globe without cutting out any of the circle. You can see that the North American continent is in full view. The South American continent is being covered up a little bit by the globe. In this second picture, it is the exact same globe, but I've taken the camera and moved it away as far as possible and zooming in as much as I could. You can see that the North American continent now takes a lot less of the globe, and you can see the South American continent a lot better, and the words down at the bottom are less obscured by the curve of the Earth. This is because an observer close to an object cannot see the entire object. That's why here on Earth we cannot see the entire globe. But as we get further and further away, we're able to see more and more of the Earth. This is not a scale issue, this is a perspective issue. And As you can see with my model of the Earth, it is totally possible to get that on a globe Earth.
Guys, again, depending on where you're at in the world and where you take your photos from, the Earth seems to change colors entirely.
Now, as a last-ditch effort, he is showing lots of different pictures of the globe, all possible using the model. I didn't take the time to actually model them out, but his main qualm is that they all are different colors. Now imagine that different countries using different cameras, all taking pictures of the same thing, are going to have different colors, especially if they're taken at different times of the year, different angles, some may be measuring different things, but they're all of the same Earth. Take a look at this picture here. Both of the same thing, different times of day, probably the same camera, we don't know, but they are of the same angle, and they're showing totally different colors. That's because not all cameras get the same colors. Not everything is taken at the same time. So these colors are still plausible for a globe Earth. That's it for another TikTok Tuesday. I apologize for the delay in video. It has been a busy couple of weeks. If you want to get notified when my videos come out, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so it will notify you when a new video comes out. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, the link is in the description down below.